The board of directors is the highest governing body within a company and is collectively responsible for directing the organization, setting strategic objectives, overseeing management performance, and safeguarding the interests of shareholders and other stakeholders. Corporate governance frameworks place the board at the center of organizational accountability because it provides strategic leadership while ensuring effective internal control, risk management, and ethical conduct. Within the program, the board serves as the principal mechanism through which ownership is separated from management, reducing agency problems and promoting long-term value creation. The framework identifies the board as responsible for providing entrepreneurial leadership, establishing strategic direction, ensuring accountability, and maintaining effective governance systems throughout the organization. The board's primary responsibility is to determine the organization's mission, purpose, and long-term strategic objectives. Directors establish corporate vision, approve strategic plans, allocate resources, and evaluate major investment decisions to ensure that organizational activities remain aligned with long-term shareholder and stakeholder interests. Strategic leadership requires directors to monitor changes in the external environment, assess competitive threats, and support innovation while maintaining sustainable financial performance. According to the framework, the board determines the company's mission and strategic aims while deciding the formal schedule of matters reserved exclusively for board decision, thereby preserving effective governance over significant corporate activities. A further governance responsibility of the board is oversight of executive management and organizational performance. Directors appoint, evaluate, and, where necessary, replace senior executives, including the Chief Executive Officer, CEO, while ensuring that management implements board-approved strategies effectively. The board must also ensure that sufficient financial and human resources are available to achieve organizational objectives and that management operates in accordance with corporate values, governance standards, and stakeholder expectations. Effective oversight strengthens accountability by reducing agency conflicts between executives and shareholders while promoting responsible strategic decision-making. The board also plays a critical role in risk management and internal control. Corporate governance requires directors to establish systems that identify, assess, monitor, and mitigate organizational risks while safeguarding corporate assets and ensuring regulatory compliance. Effective internal controls enhance financial reporting reliability, operational efficiency, and legal compliance while reducing the likelihood of fraud or governance failure. The framework emphasizes that the board must establish appropriate internal controls enabling organizational risks to be assessed and managed while ensuring obligations to shareholders and wider stakeholders are properly understood and fulfilled. Within modern governance structures, non-executive directors, NEDs, provide an independent perspective that strengthens board effectiveness and accountability. Unlike executive directors, who are involved in the day-to-day management of the company, non-executive directors are not responsible for operational activities and therefore provide objective judgment free from managerial bias. Their independence enables them to challenge executive decisions, scrutinize performance, and represent shareholder interests while strengthening transparency and governance quality. The framework identifies four principal responsibilities of non-executive directors: strategy, scrutiny, risk oversight, and people management. The strategic role of non-executive directors involves contributing independent expertise to strategic discussions, challenging management assumptions, and providing constructive advice that enhances long-term organizational success. Their external experience and independence enable them to identify strategic risks or opportunities that executive management may overlook. The scrutinizing role requires NEDs to hold executive directors accountable for decisions taken and organizational performance achieved, ensuring that management remains accountable to shareholders and stakeholders through effective governance processes. Non-executive directors also perform an important risk oversight role by ensuring that effective systems of internal control and enterprise risk management are established and maintained throughout the organization. Independent review of risk management processes strengthens board oversight while reducing the possibility of excessive executive risk-taking or governance failure. In addition, NEDs undertake a people role, overseeing executive appointments, succession planning, remuneration arrangements, and leadership development to ensure that senior management incentives remain aligned with long-term organizational objectives rather than short-term financial performance. From a strategic governance perspective, non-executive directors enhance board effectiveness by increasing independence, strengthening stakeholder confidence, improving decision quality, and reinforcing accountability mechanisms. Their external experience and objective judgment reduce the risk of groupthink, excessive executive dominance, and conflicts of interest while promoting balanced decision-making and ethical leadership. However, the effectiveness of NEDs depends upon their competence, independence, willingness to challenge management, and access to timely organizational information that enables informed judgment.